Liverpool versus everybody. What's going on, everybody? It is Monday morning here. Hope all ready to get the week started. So yes, title the video is pretty self-explanatory. Um, Usually after a game, your feelings are a bit raw. You could be a little rational. You can maybe say some things that you regret or whatever. I don't feel any of those feelings. What I will say is that I think we still need to put things in perspective. As disappointed as I still am, I'm not going to change that stance because to me, we had plenty of opportunity to do this before. It's not even about the Chelsea loss to me. It's more about why we hadn't tied it up before this point with the West Brom game, with the Stoke game, as far back as the Derby. I think because we do so well, we were doing so well in Champions League, it was easy for us to kind of sweep those under the rug. And let's be real, a lot of us coming into this game for Chelsea thought that we would get maybe not the best result, and we're okay with leaving it for Brighton. I'm not. I'm not. So I don't apologize for that. I don't think it was me jumping the gun or being the prisoner of the moment or overreacting or any knee jerk situation based on what happened in that game. I think we were bad. Probably good enough to win it, and we should have. We did enough to get those chances. Sadio Mane had at least one or two. He worked really hard, I thought, in the game. We had enough to win that, and if we didn't, we had enough to draw it. It was that one moment, as we spoke about, or as I spoke about, that let us down. So um, again, we the fatigue is obvious. We get that, and that's probably 1 to 11. The guys who played the most, we get that. But here we are again, and we have to produce. And it can't just be a good enough performance. I think against Brighton it has to be an amazing performance. It's the last game of the season. There's no God given victories before games. You got to fight for it. So um, this is where we are now, and it's not because of anything else, not because of officiating, it's not because of any of that. One of the main things is what's up, bro. One of the main things is that you could look back and say, well, we should have strengthened more in January, you know, and there'll be people talking about, yeah, this is why we should have replaced Coutinho, and this is why we should have brought in this, that, and the third player. Listen, we didn't do that, and that obviously does have a bit to play in where we are now. Um, I don't know if we're overreacting though, man. I think we've definitely overachieved this season, and there's a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, if we're on this kind of doubting the team now, then yeah, that's an overreaction. And I want to make that clear. I'm never doubting the team. Disappointed, of course, and you should be. No, you're right. On Twitter, it's always just nonsense, and then you get blocked on Twitter because you have a different opinion, or because you say something that somebody doesn't like. The LFC Twitter is a joke. It's a joke. It really is, and that's why I keep my LFC circle very very small because the fans are very fickle. They're very fair weather. They're very plastic. A lot of them. That's just my opinion. So, listen. At the end of the day, when a team is doing well, it's great to praise them, and they deserve it this year, especially. But when they don't do well, I think it's okay to moan or speak about that as well, because they haven't done well. Besides the being tired, besides the fixtures and not having enough players, you need to be able to put in a good performance. This is what you get paid to do. This is what you're here to do. At the end of the day, even growing up playing sports, after a long, grueling game, I wanted to play again. That was the day of the game. I mean, tired or not, you always want to play. So I don't subscribe. And they had 4 or 5 days, was it? So there's no really excuse for it. We should have wrapped it up for. Yeah, we should have. We should have. It should have. And that's my thing. It shouldn't have even come to the Chelsea game. That's why I'm not even so upset really about the Chelsea match. I mean, I am because I never want to lose a game, especially to Chelsea. And that's I don't know how many wins we have against top six teams away this year. That's another story. But people are saying, "Oh, Chelsea's a great team. They're a world class team." It's okay to accept it. No, it's not, and they're not a world class team. And with even being tired and having this Champions League fight that we have, we shouldn't have lost to them. Yeah, I get it. I get it, and I think I'm positive we'll get top four as well. It's just leaving it down to the last day. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, yeah, one week. So anyway, on to the ref for the Champions League final. Um, Milorad Mazic, I think he's Serbian. Mazic, I don't know. Mazic. Um, he's known mainly for angering Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2014 World Cup against Germany. Maybe not giving Portuguese the yeah. I saw that. I saw that the worst ref wrote the worst ref in 2014. So I don't know what to, and he's going to be in this World Cup as well. So clearly UEFA rates him somehow because he's still going to be in the World Cup. He's going to be refereeing the biggest game of the club. It's high Reds. Bad result, and we need to recover. Yeah, we definitely need to recover. We got to keep our heads up. It's definitely unfortunate, but we got to keep fighting. But yeah, they've got this guy refing, so we'll see what happens. I can't wait for the next season. Me too. I can't. I mean, just this season to be over with Premier League and then get on to the final of the Champions League, and then, I'm so excited about the guys we can bring in to strengthen the squad, and I just hope this is not an issue we have to deal with again because that'll be the third season running with Klopp, and surely he's learned something from this. Having to scrap and claw for these last games is really ridiculous. I don't even know how we've gotten to this point. I mean, to have such an amazing season that we've had, and it's been amazing, I think, even in the league. Way too many draws, but we had a chance to fight United for second, and not to be doing that right now is unfortunate. But we're still doing some really good things, I think. Yeah, I don't think anybody should cuss them or necessarily be negative, but you have to speak truthfully about what we see. We can't just say, "Oh, yeah, but we're tired." No, it's the excuse making that I don't like. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, fans don't need to be negative, that's for sure. But there's a fine line between being negative and then just being real about what's happening, what you see. Yeah, and I think that's okay. What I don't like is fans saying that, you know, or looking down on other supporters who I think have a right to moan about a bad performance, no matter if they're tired, no matter if we got a guys injured. I mean, we've had these issues and we've been able to produce really. Look, in the Bournemouth game, I think we won 3-0. We were up by 10 points at that point, if not more. To come back down, to come back down and be only 3 points ahead, it's just not good. These results have nothing to do with the assistant coach. If you're trying to hint at that, in my opinion. Yeah, well, I think we got a long way to go to turn into Arsenal. I mean, we're obviously in a better place than them anyway, but I get what you mean. West Brom was disgraceful to be up 2-0. And all due respect to Darren Moore, what he's doing there is amazing. They probably, well, they still could make it, but yeah, no. To be up 2-0, lose that lose the lead. I mean, those are gut punching. Those are games. You pick up the points there. You pick up the points at Stoke, lowly Stoke, and we're good. I know. You don't mean literally, man. I'm just saying. I mean, you brought that up as a comparison. I'm saying we have a long way to go for that. So I don't even think that's anywhere even close to them. As far as, and again, to me, it's not being negative. It's just speaking about how we saw the game. And honestly, even some of those Arsenal fans, to me, it's more passion than being negative. Those guys go to every single game. So they'll be able to see things that some other fans aren't able to see. So it's easy for people to say, "Oh, DT, for example, is negative," or Troops is negative, or Claude is negative. These guys are really passionate. Salah has stopped scoring. I don't think it's anything we need to be really, really terrified about. What's going on? It's, I guess, 3 games now that he hasn't really done much. And listen, he got booked for diving, which is, listen. I've tried to tell Onyx. Do you think he is saving his energy for the final? Could be. I hope so. If it comes to that, and he has an amazing final and scores a hat trick or something crazy like that with 2 assists, or clearly the man of the match, then you don't really we don't really talk about these games where he's missing goals. But I try to tell Onyx that, look, players dive. Even your favorite players who you don't want to believe does it. The best of them do it. Ronaldo, Messi, whoever you want to mention as far as being the best in the sport, they all do it. And so, he got booked for diving, but it really set the pace for the rest of the game because I think there were moments where he probably was fouled certain moments or was handled, improperly or whatever, and he didn't get the call. So, Klopp's quotes on how we were going to strengthen in the summer. We need new players. I think Salah's just tired but not playing. There's that tired again. You know what I mean? Like, listen, everybody's tired. You know what I mean? But you have to keep going. You have to keep going. And I think it's funny that people are saying that these teams are setting a blueprint on to stop Mo Salah. Look, Mo Salah has had situations where he's played against physical players, and they've tried to do everything they can to stop him, and he's been able to get it done. So yeah, I'm not feeling the tired stuff. I'm just not. I don't. I mean, I get it. They're obviously tired. You know what I mean? I totally get that. I totally understand that. But you know, you got to keep fighting. Tired is not an excuse, man. It really isn't. But you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So yeah, clearly Mo Salah is tired, just like everyone else. They get paid lots of money. Let's remember this. You know what I mean? To deal with these things. You know what I mean? You know, and if anything, that should be the extra added, I mean, bonus to be like, you know, let me go out here and put out just one last shift. But now we have to risk injury again. I think the players are tired, though. We have been playing high intensity. No, and that's, I mean, yes, obviously they're tired. That's a valid point. We do play high intensity. I get it. I get it. I get it. But still, even in light of that, still, you had one last time to just put it all out there, and then you could just rest for the final. That's all you had to do. You know, and now a reason for losing a game to Chelsea? We can agree to disagree on that, Emperor. I can't. To me, it's an excuse. Just like the pitch being dry, as Klopp would say against West Brom, or it was sunny out. These are all silly excuses that I feel like need to be put to rest. It's just really ridiculous to me, in my opinion. Hope Rafa do us a favor. Listen, it's a shame that we have to hope for Rafa to do something for us. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I mean, I love people's opinions. You know, it's great. I just disagree with the tie thing. 0-0 yesterday, and we are fine. Yeah, if we kept that 0-0, we would have been great. At this point, we don't get into the top four. It's our fault. Yeah, it is, and that's point blank what it is. There's no other way to look at it. You can't, and that's why I'm curious to see what these extra don't be negative fans are saying. If the chance comes that we don't beat Brighton, I'm totally with that, and I don't think that we won't. I believe that we will, 200% sure. I'll take that. But we all know that there's no there's a chance that we may not. Let's just be honest. There's a chance that we may not. And so yeah, West Brom annoys you. It annoys me too, man. So I would love to see what people are saying. Um, if the chance that Brighton nicks a win, 1-0, last second header, set piece. I would love to see what people are saying there. And I guess then the whole idea would be, oh, we're gonna win the Champions League. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm with you on that. And I love our chances there. But let's keep things in perspective, though. A draw against Brighton. Yeah, no, I mean, look, this is where we are now. Same as last season. Um, you know what I mean? Yo, Julie, it's nothing personal, bro. Just repeat your comment then. Come on, man. Um, if I'm skipping your comments, just repeat them. I'm not personally trying to skip your comments. If it's way too long, it's probably too fast, and it's moving too fast. I can't see it. So relax. We have to do what we're good at and score often. Yeah, I mean, again, good thing Brighton is safe. Yeah, if we drop points against Brighton, Real becomes the biggest game. Yeah, it does. And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to leave it to that last game, but it looks like that's what we've done. So again, like some people have said, we have nobody really to blame but ourselves, and we need to get back to that. What we do best, pressing. You notice the games that we pressed the most have been the game against City and then Roma. Real is the biggest game in 11 years. Yeah. So we haven't really pressed as well as I know that we can. I'm not sure what that's about. And maybe that's Klopp trying to reserve some of the guys. The Bele and Fekir links. What about them? They're just links for me, man. I don't until there's a announcement about it. I don't get excited about these rumors or maybes or chances or likelihoods, or I don't care. Thought we missed stocks yesterday. Yeah, we did. That's a good shout. We definitely did. We missed everybody who's injured yesterday, to be honest, because then we would have had at least some space to rotate a bit. Maybe Matip comes in. Maybe Lalana, Emery. Like everything is bullshit. Klopp laughed at. Yeah, but Klopp laughed at the Ox signing before he came to. People forget that. So, I mean, it's Klopp. He could be doing that just to, you know, keep his cards close to his chest. I don't know. Again, I think it's BS too, but I don't think it's BS because Klopp laughed about it. I mean, we know Klopp. He's not gonna. And like you said, no comment. He could have come out and said, "Yeah, there's no truth to that." He said no comment. So that's key to me. Yeah, that's key to me. You know what I mean? And again, that's why when Ox came, I'm thinking, oh, when they asked you about it, and Klopp said there's no chance of that happening. Go back into YouTube and look it up about the Ox thing before he came. Klopp said no chance. So that ended up happening. So listen, it would be great. I would love for Kier. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Solanke and on loan next season for. I wouldn't keep him, Mystic. No, I wouldn't keep him, man. I let him go on loan, and I'm not. This is not a harsh situation, or I'm not trying to. I would love him to be at Liverpool in the years to come. Um, like I said, Oz is right. Yeah. So, but Solanke needs some work somewhere else, some more game time somewhere else. I'll get to that in a second, Abdullah. But you do think of in these games where you play against these low blocks, if you can get a guy who can be consistent with the balls into the box with headers, I think you go for that option. If you can, someone said Dzeko the other day. I don't know, but I think we could use a guy like that. And in these moments to switch up, people are saying sell Hendo. He could be sold. That's a good question, Julie. Hendo's injury record bothers me. I don't think he's had some really good performances this year. Has some really good captain performances and appearances this year. Mazic, yeah, but is he trying to leave and not be starting? Hendo. I'm really. It's hard for me to say, man. As a role player, I'd keep him. Yeah, inconsistency and more so injuries though. That for me, the inconsistency is something that that bothers me as well, especially being at Liverpool for as long as he's been there, being as mature and being around the game for as long as he has. But a role player to me, because you can't count on him to stay fit for a whole season. So I say keep him. Because there are going to be games next season where we need to rotate again, as usual, for all the competitions we'll be in. Knock on wood. But so I keep him as a role player, but not starting. I don't want to see him starting. Um, Abdullah, you asked me the most important position I think we should address. I think that's a difficult one for me because I think there's three really important ones, and goalkeeper is one, as much as I like Karius, center back, and then a kind of controller there in a defensive mid. Why your squad is on paper thin? You basically have around 3 for. Well, I don't understand what you're saying. Why what? Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I would keep Hendo. I don't know if you're responding to that, but as far as the most important role, I think we should fix in the summer. I'd have to say center back. I have to say an additional center back partner for Van Dyke, man. But to me, all three of those are really important. It has, Mark. I agree. I agree. I don't think we're overreacting either. And it's good to hear you say it, not because you agree with me, but just because I see that there's a perspective out there that sees that these are troubling situations. To be keeping it this long, it's all fine to be doubters into believers. I'm with that. I agree with that. But you're not all of a sudden a doubter because you're pissed about your team underperforming. And again, not just the Chelsea game, the last two before that. You know what I mean? So, who is that? I don't know that name. Why sell Hendo when we have three? Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think we should sell him. I think we should definitely keep him. That's my final answer on Hendo. I think we should definitely keep him. Ajax, yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, some a lot of guys coming from the Dutch league. I'm answering in response to the title question of your video. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you responded to that. Yeah. That's some good input about overreacting or not, and I totally agree. Um, you know, a lot of people will lead you to believe you're a poor supporter because you moaned about the result against Chelsea, which I think is just ridiculous. Am I overreacting to the game? Netherlands center back who played Virgil. Okay, I think we won't sign defender or keeper. Turn goes to center back. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure, maybe, and we'll see what that brings. I still think we need to bring in another central defender though. Even that if that is the scenario, which I'm fine with that, I guess. But hope we get a new center back. But I don't Klopp with. But yeah, well, it seems like a lot of people have that same thinking. Listen, I don't know. No, none of us have a crystal ball. Can't be too sure. You never know what Klopp's going to do. But I think it is self-sabotaging not to address that. I'm still not convinced on Gomez. Yeah, I feel the same. Basically, Klopp confirmed we will sign a lot of players, judging by his quotes. Yeah, again, you can't. I mean, I think Jurgen likes to play a lot of games with the media and with the fans to a degree, not in a negative way with the fans, but just kind of like keep us on our heels, keep us guessing. Which I understand. Klopp is like Wenger. He usually gives players too much time and loyalty. I've said that for so long, Abdullah. Great shout that is. And part of that you like because you want your manager to believe in your players. You know what I mean? We need a yeah, perfect season next year to have a chance of winning. Yeah, yeah. Less draws, more wins against top teams. As, again, undefeated at home is one thing people kind of forget. I think. Shame we couldn't confirm top four. Yeah, yeah. I don't see them dropping form necessarily. I don't see them winning it again. I'll say that. Um, Besides us, everybody's going to be tooling up because of City. City have kind of given you this roadmap of how they want the league to go from now on. Klopp is such a smart person; he will manage to deal with Buvac 100%, or he won't. Listen, it is what it is. That I'm not really concerned with that situation. I do believe that I could be wrong, but I believe that Buvac was probably disloyal in the terms of this. You know, I think he was getting someone had gotten a hold of him and asked him to maybe consider the Arsenal job or another job. I believe that, and I believe that he might have been dishonest with Klopp, or not dishonest, just not forthcoming. You know, like he didn't come and say, "Hey man, look, I'm getting these offers. You know, I'm going to talk to them, or I'm not gonna something." If you're all of that tight for 17 years, everywhere from Mainz to Borussia Dortmund to here, I would say you can consider him as one of his best friends at this point in his life. And if that's true, for him not to, let him know, then, again, like I said, I might be wrong. Okay, is his father? Okay. Then again, does his father just all of a sudden get ill? I mean, again, it all seems really weird, the timing, that he would just go with his father all of a sudden like that. I don't know. But again, if it is his father or whatever it is, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, I'm more of the thinking and the belief that it was some kind of betrayal shit, in my opinion, in Dortmund, I think. Yeah. Mine's Dortmund and Liverpool. If I didn't say that, that's what I meant. But so are you going to the game? You going to the game, Tar? Sure, for the Anfield Roar. If anybody's curious, I can't wait either. I'm always feeling that way, and it's that more exciting. Even though you would have liked more of a kind of you would have taken a boring, we don't need this game kind of situation. Although now it's not that. People are saying Klopp is working on miracle because we don't have a good squad. Abdul, I gotta agree with you again. Um, now you can't foresee some of these injuries. I mean, some of these things have just come at the really really bad times. But you also could say you kind of saw the Lallana situation happening. Clap a holding secret. You saw Lallana coming. Matip is never really able to stay too fit. Emery has played with Knox before. Ox has his injury history with Arsenal. So I mean, if you really look at it, it's like, okay, well, we really brought this on ourselves. We did, and maybe you should have strengthened a bit. Not maybe, you definitely should have strengthened a bit more. Even if he is, but I'm just saying for rotation. I mean, all the center backs are liabilities to me. I mean, Virgil van Dijk is probably the least amount, but he's got his moments as well. Nice. Well, man, enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. Yeah, and that's sad about Matip. As big as he is, you know what I'm saying? You would think he would be, but he's so damn soft, and that's the one thing that really bothers me about him. Some fans are still blaming Klopp for everything. This guy is on course to returning LFC back to. Yeah, no, he's definitely on course to doing some amazing things, Joey, for sure. And I think anybody who doesn't see that, I can't help them. But he still has some faults. You know what I mean? He still is making some small mistakes. Um, and those mistakes I think we all know. You don't need to really list them here, but he's got some things to still learn. And listen, he said I think 3 to 5 year plan or whatever. So yeah, the Bill Shankly thing might be a bit of a stretch, but it's cool. I think I know what he's talking about. Everyone has faults. No, I get that. I totally understand that. I'm just simply stating that fact. I'm not saying that he's unlike anyone else. I'm just saying that that's the case. And for him to get this team to another level, there's certain things that he's got to learn from. It'd be different if it was first season, some of these same things were happening, but he's doing some of the same things he was doing from the first season. Um, don't want Toby. Toby's injury prone as well, so I agree on that. Hate how rivals say that was Klopp. Was Klopp one? Well, I mean, that's something that he'll have to hear since beating Roma till the day. Um, yeah, Koulibaly is definitely the one. I like him a lot. Can we get him? I don't know. I think we should be throwing everything into it. And N'Golo Kante really just reassured. I mean, not really reassuring because I knew it, but if we can get somebody to work rate like that, I mean, Jesus. A Klopp is just something different compared to. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely different. He's definitely different. But yeah, N'Golo Kante was just a beast in the midfield, man, running guys down, clearing stuff out, just all over the place. And we knew that, but it's just he's so exciting to watch, man. Even as a fan of another team, he's just so exciting to watch, man. So yeah, Klopp is my favorite manager since I've been alive. Yeah, no question. Klopp is amazing. Yeah, Conte was a beast. But there is some truth with not having another plan in certain games. And I don't care what anybody says. It's my opinion. That's what I think. De Vrij, yeah, Klopp. We look a little bit stagnant at times when that first way doesn't work. Do you think we should play Mane on the right? Maybe that's a good shout. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think we haven't tried that this season. I don't think not in a straight up natural. Okay, Mane's on the right, Salah's on the left. We've had moments where I'll talk about that in a second. Tracking back thing, breaking teams down. No, we have. We and I agree with that. We've been better. But we've still had some struggles as well. That's obvious. So no, I definitely agree. I mean, that's one of the many things I think we've improved on. Yeah. No, and more than just Crystal Palace. There've been several games that we've done that. Should we stick with Curious? I think stick with him going into the new season is fine. But I think we definitely should be looking for someone else to help fight for that. People talking about Reina coming back. I don't know about that. Carries his average at best. Yeah, that's fair. When Salah was on the bench, Ronaldo won't play. Massive news. Jewy, that's too early for that, bro. We don't know if he's not gonna play. That's not set in stone. People got to stop with these just we don't know that yet. Unless you got some information I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. So he's definitely not playing. Is that what you're telling me? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They're gonna have to pull him, yank him off the field or yeah. I don't. That's what I'm saying. People just throwing out random stuff. I mean, I heard that he got a knock in the El Clasico, but you think Ronaldo's not gonna play in the final? Come on. I mean, he did get that knock in the Euros that kept him out for sure, but nah. Do your research on the subject. Um, yeah, nah, yeah. I mean, I gotta see that to believe it. I mean, I think he'll be ready. Um, yeah, I think he'll be fine. He'll definitely play. But even if he didn't, Real Madrid is still a good team, still a formidable team. That's the thing, and big teams are like that. You can lose a player like Ronaldo and stuff. I mean, listen, a lot of the games that they've won, even in the Champions League, Ronaldo wasn't a factor. You know what I mean? And I mean whatsoever. He didn't get an assist. He didn't get a pass. He didn't really. A lot of times he was just a passenger in some of these games. He was just there. He wasn't really that effective. So they have guys that can come in. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even if he was injured, doesn't mean that we're gonna, that's an already a win because he's not playing or anything. Yeah, we've been talking about the Fekir thing already, Julie. The Fekir is I'm not really putting too much stock in that. People can if they want. Like I said, if we get him, great. But I'm just not believing that just yet. It's not even, the season is still going. It's hard for me to believe any rumors unless we actually see it. Yeah, I think it's bullshit as well. Yeah, Sensio, Kovacic, they got a lot of guys on their bench. Some guys that don't even play much. I mean, I don't know. Some people might rate Bale or Benzema, but they got enough players that can help people. I love Zaha, Tar. I love Zaha. He's got his head's not always there when things aren't going for him. You can see how that works. Sometimes that takes him out of games. I'd be worried about that. But good fit for Arsenal. Maybe, maybe. I can care less about Arsenal though. But no, I like that shot for Zaha. He's been a consistent guy people have talked about. Zaha Plan B. I think he can help us. I think he can help us. Again, is his mental screwed on? Is that a guy that Klopp? I think Klopp can work with anybody, but is I don't know. I don't know. I'd like him if I was told that he was officially signed tomorrow. I'd be happy. Yeah, yeah. I think under Klopp he could do some good things. He's an Arsenal fan, so I reckon if Arsenal want him there. Ah, got you. Okay, I didn't know that. Cool. Oh, Isco would be a dream signing. Again, I don't really think and again, this is another thing that you know, different opinions is fine. I still don't think we need a Coutinho replacement. I think we could use a player in the midfield that's a bit more creative, but I think we've shown that we don't need a Coutinho. We just need depth, really, and Coutinho replacement depth is not really in my thinking. But I get it. I get what people are saying. But I think for me, I don't. When we bring in players, I just don't think on that. Someone in the vein of in the style of a Coutinho or something like that. Yeah, a fast winger would be cool. So our 70% of the rumors players OC fans. If Chelsea don't make up top four, you think we should go? I've always wanted William for a long time. So yes, yes. Yeah, Dembele. Is he going to want to leave Barcelona? Maybe. Oh, wait, is that the Dembele we're talking about, or is that the Barcelona? Yeah. Some great comments in here, guys. Mystic William is 30. Okay. We've seen players do well at 30 and older, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think Dembele's played so much though, so you can say he's been shit. Maybe we need to win both games. Brighton is the best team at this point of the season. Plus, we have a good. Dembele caused Barca under 35, didn't he? I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure on the prices of some of these players sometimes. Why Willian? He had a chance to come to us and went to them. I don't want him. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough point. I'm saying that I would take him. Whether he had a chance to come to us and didn't come. Why didn't he come to us at that time, I wonder. Georgina Kita, that would be a hell of a lineup. That would be a hell of a lineup, and Ferror. Yeah, I mean, we talked about the guy from Sporting Lisbon, whose name, of course, I can't think of right now, but I love him. I don't know if he's more of an attacking midfielder or a winger, but yeah, I don't know why people would have problems with Willian. I mean, I get it that because he didn't come to Liverpool when he had a chance to come to Liverpool. Martins, yeah, yeah, Justin Martins. Fernandez, Fernandez. Who are you talking about, Fernandez? Um, but yeah, we'll get deep into that at the end of the season about players, rumors, who we want, who we don't. He don't score a lot of goals. Yeah, I'm not sure we need somebody who scores a lot of goals though. I mean, and a lot of these players haven't scored a lot of goals before they came to Liverpool, but they're doing it now. So, nah, not Fernandez. I wasn't talking about that Fernandez. We were linked with him once, but it was a smoke screen for Roma to so yeah. Oh, Udinese? Okay. Davison Sanchez, the one at Swansea. Davison Sanchez, Swansea. Yeah, I don't know that. If Emery can fit, would you play him in final? Yeah, we spoke about this yesterday. I'd play him as a second option, maybe off the bench. Then again, you never know. But between now and the final, I hate to say this, but knock on wood, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another injury in the midfield. That's just how things go. You got to really be careful of Hendo. Um, yeah, that's Renato. Yeah, that's why I was like, what? Yeah, okay. I was really confused on that. Julie the man. Renato Sanchez, I don't know about him. I think he kind of came on the scene with the European football he was playing, and then the move from Bayern to Swansea just seemed really really odd. Sometimes those work for players in their careers. Doesn't really seem like it's working for him now, and Swansea look dead out of the water right now. So Yeah, Julie might be on some undercover shit. Julie, you on some undercover shit, bro? I'm just teasing, man. So yeah, look, guys, that's about it for me. I really appreciate your interaction, your questions. He's young, but you never ever buy players that play well in Euros. Or yeah, I mean Swansea would though. It's Swansea. Swansea would do something like that. So that's not really that surprising to me. I know he's on loan, yeah. So, but no, I appreciate you guys' questions and interactions and everything like that. Sissoko's example, Joe Mario saying, yeah, did John Mario go to West Ham? Is that the one you're talking about? See you, Julie. Yeah. See you, Anfield. Mario will do better for West Ham next season. Maybe. Um, yeah, West Ham's a really weird team. Um, Picking up form. Yeah. He had a pretty decent game the last game against. I don't remember who it was, but yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you so much, and we will be back sometime between now and the game Sunday. So see you then. Thank you.